Ted Bundy back in the spotlight on 30th anniversary of his execution. Ted Bundy is back in the spotlight on the 30th anniversary of his execution. He likely put fear into every woman living in Utah in the 70s. To this day, some say many of his crimes are still unsolved and the bodies of some women he murdered have not been found. Now, Ted Bundy is back in the spotlight on the 30th anniversary of his execution. A movie, extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile, premieres at Sundance starring Zac Efron. Also, a Netflix series coming out Thursday called Conversations with a Killer, The Ted Bundy Tapes. It's a 4-part series on the serial killer. For most here in Utah, these highlight a man who played a leading role in terrorizing our state. "It was a very scary time," said Rhonda Stapley, one of many who have a story to tell about Bundy. "I was offered a ride by a nice-looking guy in a tan Volkswagen," she said. She said she was assaulted by Bundy but was able to later escape. "I thought I was going to die. It's the most horrifying thing you could experience," she said. Her story had a much different ending than several others. Bundy killed several young women in Utah, and is suspected of many more. 2 News had a reporter talk to Bundy one-on-one right before he escaped a Colorado jail in the late 70s. When asked if the families of his potential victims were able to ever get a hold of him, this was Bundy's response: "I really feel for them because they have suffered an incredible tragedy. The loss of a loved one is probably the most kind of extreme loss you can suffer in this life." He kept proclaiming his innocence throughout the interview. "You are not guilty?" Reported Lucky Severson asked Bundy. "I am not guilty," he said, laughing. "Does that include the time I stole a comic book?" But he seemed to know his ultimate fate. "Being in prison, going through a sort of hell, I have matured. I think it's done good things for me," Bundy said. "My only misgiving is, I might not be in a position to apply it on the streets where I'd like to apply it." He later confessed to 30 homicides, but some have guessed it to be closer to 100. "Everything changed for every woman in Utah," Stapley said. "Bundy is gone, but the fear has never left for those like Stapley. It just started destroying everybody's trust level. It changed it forever," she said. Stapley has documented what happened to her in a book called I Survived Ted Bundy. She will have a book signing in Park City on Tuesday at Dolly's Books at 2 p.m.